Imagine standing on the edge of a vast, quiet sea, where the night wraps the world in a gentle embrace. The sky above sparkles with distant stars, their light dancing on the surface of the water. The gentle murmur of waves whispers secrets of ancient times, stories hidden beneath the shimmering depths, where sunlight never reaches. Since time immemorial, people have been fascinated by the mysterious beings said to dwell in these waters, mermaids. These elusive creatures, part human, part fish, have swum through the currents of myths and legends across many cultures. Their voices, said to be as sweet and haunting as the softest melody, echo through stories told by sailors, fishermen, and dreamers alike. But what is it about mermaids that captivates us so deeply? Is it their enchanting beauty, their connection to the endless ocean, or the feeling that they guard a secret world just out of reach? Tonight, we will journey through the delicate mist of time and imagination to explore the gentle magic of mermaids, their origins in ancient lore, the many faces they take in stories around the world, and the soft boundary where myth meets reality. Our story will not rush. It will move like a slow current, inviting you to relax, listen, and dream. You might hear the distant call of a siren's song, feel the cool touch of sea spray on your skin, and sense the quiet mystery that lies beneath the waves. Mermaids have long been symbols of mystery and allure, sometimes bringing comfort and guidance, other times a hint of sadness or warning. They are connected to the rhythm of the tides, the changing moon, and the endless dance between land and sea. We will begin by stepping into the earliest whispers of their existence, ancient tales born from the wonder and fear of the unknown depths. Then, we will explore how these figures were imagined in different cultures, each giving their own touch of beauty and magic to the stories. We'll listen to quiet tales of those who believed they had glimpsed a mermaid, and uncover the natural wonders that may have inspired these legends. Finally, we will see how mermaids have inspired art, music, and literature, transforming through centuries from mysterious spirits to beloved icons of fantasy and romance. So, let yourself be carried gently by the waves of this tale. Close your eyes if you wish, breathe deeply, and let the soft music of the sea guide you into a world where dreams and legends blend, where the story of the mermaid is waiting to be told. As you listen, may the calm and mystery soothe your soul, wrapping you in a tender embrace as you prepare to drift into peaceful sleep. In the beginning, when the world was still young and untouched by the hands of time, people lived in close harmony with nature. The rivers, lakes, and oceans were not just bodies of water, they were sacred, alive with power and mystery. To those early souls, the water was more than a simple element. It was a living force, breathing, whispering, and guarding secrets hidden deep beneath its shimmering surface. Among the many wonders that danced within the watery depths, the earliest people believed that spirits dwelled, spirits as gentle as the soft morning mist, as fluid as the waves that caressed the shore. These beings were neither cruel nor kind in the way humans understand, but expressions of nature itself, wild, free, and mysterious. The image of these water spirits was soft, ethereal, often feminine in form, glowing with a faint, otherworldly light. They were thought to be the guardians of the rivers and lakes, keepers of the life that thrived below the surface. In their presence, the water shimmered with magic. Their voices were the songs carried by the breeze, the rustle of reeds, the murmur of bubbling springs. These spirits were called by many names across different lands: nymphs, naiads, rizalki. Each culture gave them a unique shape, yet all shared the understanding that these beings were connected to the heart of the water itself. In the quiet villages by the riverbanks of Eastern Europe, the rizalki were whispered about in soft tones, figures with long flowing hair like strands of water plants, their eyes shimmering like droplets of morning dew. Sometimes playful, sometimes sorrowful, these spirits were said to appear on misty evenings, dancing lightly on the surface of the lake or singing melodies that could soothe the weary soul. Farther north, where fjords carved their way through cold rocky shores, the water spirits were known to the Norse as sea maidens or mermaids. These figures were both alluring and mysterious, often described with voices like crystal chimes and hair the color of the deepest ocean blue. The Norse believed that these spirits could either bless a sailor with calm seas or, if angered, summon fierce storms that tossed ships like toys upon the waves. Even in the far reaches of Asia, stories told of gentle water deities, women who carried the spirit of the river within them, protectors of fish and plants, guides of lost travelers. In these tales, the water spirits were beings of compassion, but also keepers of balance, reminding humanity of the fragile harmony between earth and water. The gentle nature of these spirits was often tied to the cycles of nature. They appeared most vividly in the soft light of dawn or twilight, times when the world seemed suspended between day and night, reality and dream. It was said that if you listened closely to the quiet rush of a stream or the stillness of a pond, you might hear their whispers, a melody so faint it could only be caught by the heart, not the ear. In these ancient beliefs, water spirits were not simply creatures to fear or worship. They were part of the world's breath, delicate threads in the fabric of life. They reminded people that beneath the surface of things, mysteries flowed endlessly, inviting awe and respect. This soft, mysterious image of water spirits shaped the earliest stories of mermaids, beings that live at the boundary between the known and the unknown, the seen and the unseen. Along the gentle shores where rivers meet the sea, the earliest tales began to take shape. These stories were born from the whispered voices of the wind and the endless dance of the waves, woven by those who lived closest to the water's edge. Fishermen, children, and elders alike. In the flickering light of evening fires, gathered around with soft voices and open hearts, people shared stories that carried the mysteries of the deep. These were not grand epics, but tender moments captured in words, tales of shimmering shapes glimpsed beneath the surface, of distant songs carried on the breeze, of encounters that felt both real and dreamlike. The water was alive with stories. It spoke of a world beneath the waves, where beings of another kind moved gracefully in rhythm with the tides. These stories gave shape to feelings that were difficult to express: wonder, longing, fear, and a deep respect for the unknown. One of the earliest stories tells of a young maiden who, drawn by the shimmering water, stepped too close to the riverbank at twilight. The water parted gently, and a figure emerged, half woman, half fish, her eyes deep and full of ancient wisdom. Instead of fear, the maiden felt a quiet calm wash over her, as if she had been touched by a secret too beautiful for words. Such stories were repeated and retold, changing with each voice, but always holding the same gentle magic, the promise that beneath the ordinary world lies a realm of wonder, waiting for those who believe. Along the coasts where salty waves kissed the land, fishermen spoke of creatures that danced just beyond the reach of their nets, their laughter mingling with the spray. They told of evenings when the horizon glowed with an otherworldly light, and the sea sang a lullaby that could soothe the most restless heart. These stories were more than simple legends. They were the language of connection between people and nature. They taught lessons about respect, patience, and the delicate balance of life. They reminded communities that the water was a living force, to be honored and cherished. In the songs sung by coastal villagers, the mermaid's voice was often described as hauntingly beautiful, a melody that could call a sailor home or lead him astray. These melodies, though invisible, were felt deeply, like a gentle tug at the soul, a longing that could not be ignored. The earliest storytellers knew that these tales held power. To speak of mermaids was to acknowledge the mysteries that live just beyond human sight. It was to invite a sense of wonder and humility, to accept that not all can be explained or controlled. Over time, these stories spread, carried by the currents of trade and travel. As they moved from village to village, from riverbanks to ocean shores, they took on new shapes, influenced by the colors of the sea, the voices of the people, and the rhythm of their lives. In some places, the mermaid was a gentle helper, guiding lost fishermen back to shore. In others, she was a mysterious figure, her intentions unclear, a reminder that nature is both kind and wild. But no matter the version, these early stories shared a common thread, a soft invitation to dream, to listen closely to the water's song, and to believe in the magic that lives in the quiet moments between day and night. Tonight, as you listen, imagine yourself sitting by a crackling fire, the stars above twinkling softly, the distant sound of waves blending with the whispers of these ancient tales. Let the stories carry you gently, like a boat drifting on calm waters, towards the heart of the mermaid's world. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine the water, not just as something you see or touch, but as a living, breathing entity. Feel its rhythm, its pulse. The water is never still. It moves gently or with great force, flows endlessly, and holds within itself countless mysteries. For ancient people, water was more than a simple element. It was a living being with a soul, a presence that watched over the land and those who dwelled upon it. The rivers sang songs of birth and change, the lakes whispered secrets of ages past, and the oceans held the timeless heartbeat of the world. This living water was believed to be home to mysterious creatures, beings woven from its very essence. These spirits and entities were part of the water's soul, dancing in its depths, shaping its moods, and guarding its secrets. They were the keepers of the balance between the seen and the unseen, the guardians of life's flow. The gentle murmur of a stream was thought to be the laughter of water nymphs playing among the stones, while the deep silence of a lake could be the breath of a sleeping spirit beneath the surface. The restless waves of the sea carried the voices of ancient mermaids, singing songs that traveled with the wind and tide. In many cultures, water was the source of all life and the great purifier, capable of healing and renewing. It was believed that to disrespect water was to invite imbalance and misfortune, for the water spirits would turn their backs and withdraw their gifts. The seasons breathed life into this living water. Spring's thaw would awaken the spirits, filling rivers and lakes with a fresh energy, while the long winter months brought stillness and quiet reflection. The cycle of water mirrored the cycles of life, death, and rebirth, each ripple a story, each wave a memory. People who lived close to water developed a deep bond with this living element. They knew when the rivers ran high or when the sea was calm, when the fish would swim close or when storms might rise. They spoke to the water with reverence and gratitude, offering small gifts and prayers to honor the spirits believed to dwell within. The image of water as a living organism also shaped the stories of mermaids and water spirits. These beings were not mere figments of imagination but manifestations of the water's spirit, graceful, elusive, and infinitely mysterious. They were the embodiment of the water's beauty and danger, its gentleness and power. In some tales, mermaids were seen as protectors of the water's life, guiding fishermen to bountiful catches or warning of impending storms. In others, they were enigmatic forces, drawing travelers into the depths with their irresistible song, reminding humans of the limits of their understanding and control. This dual nature of water and its spirits reflects the delicate balance of the natural world, a balance that demands respect and humility. The water teaches us that life is fluid and ever-changing, that beneath the calm surface lies a world of wonders and secrets. As you listen to this story, let yourself feel the water's pulse, the slow, steady rhythm that connects all living things. Imagine the mermaids swimming just beyond the veil of reality, their presence as real as the moon's reflection on the waves. The water is alive, full of mystery and magic, a living world that invites us to dream, to wonder, and to remember the deep, ancient bond we share with nature. The image of the mermaid has long floated gently through the pages of countless tales, painted by the minds of storytellers as a being of both exquisite beauty and tender mystery. In the soft glow of flickering candlelight, children and adults alike listened to stories that spoke of creatures whose forms shimmered like the morning dew, whose hair flowed like strands of sunlight woven with the sea's endless hues. Across the lands where water meets earth, mermaids were imagined with delicate features that seemed born from the very essence of the waves. Their eyes held the depth of the ocean, reflecting both the calm serenity of a still lake and the wild passion of a storm-tossed sea. Their skin glistened like pearls hidden beneath the surface, and their voices were soft as the breeze carrying the scent of salt and blossoms. In some cultures, the mermaid was portrayed as a graceful dancer beneath the waves, her movements weaving the rhythm of the tides into a silent song. Her tail, shimmering with scales of silver and blue, flicked gently as she moved through coral gardens and underwater forests. She wore necklaces of sea glass and pearls, treasures collected from sunken ships and the ocean's depths. These images were not merely of physical beauty, they carried an aura of gentleness and kindness. The mermaid was a being who held the power of allure, not through danger or fear, but through the soft glow of her presence, inviting those who gazed upon her to dream beyond the ordinary. She was a symbol of hope, of the unknown that awaits with open arms. Stories often spoke of mermaids with long flowing hair that seemed to ripple like the waves themselves, glowing softly under the moonlight. Their laughter was said to sound like the tinkling of bells, light and joyful, bringing a sense of peace to those who heard it. Yet, there was always a hint of melancholy in their gaze, a quiet sadness born from their existence between two worlds, neither fully of the sea nor of the land. In the gentle voices of grandmothers recounting old tales, mermaids were often described as protectors of the waters, guardians who watched over the creatures of the sea, and the fishermen who respected their domain. Their beauty was a reflection of the sea's own delicate balance, majestic yet fragile, inviting yet distant. As these stories traveled across time and place, the image of the mermaid evolved but kept its core essence, an embodiment of beauty, mystery, and gentle enchantment. Whether singing a lullaby to a lost sailor or dancing beneath the silver light of the moon, mermaids remain timeless symbols of the delicate magic that lives in the meeting of water and sky. From the earliest whispers of the sea breeze to the gentle rustling of reeds along the shore, the mermaid's connection to nature has been woven into every tale told about them. They are not merely inhabitants of water, they are its very soul, breathing life into every ripple and wave, singing the eternal songs of the deep. The songs of the mermaids are said to carry the power of the tides themselves. Soft and melodic, they flow like liquid silver, wrapping around those who hear them in a warm embrace of sound. These melodies speak of ancient secrets, of the ebb and flow of life and death, of the mysteries hidden beneath the shimmering surface. In many cultures, it is believed that mermaid songs could heal sorrow, soothe pain, and calm even the most turbulent storms. Fishermen would listen for their lullabies, hoping to be guided safely home. The songs were like spells, gentle charms woven from the essence of the ocean and the moonlight. The water, in turn, responds to their voices. When mermaids sing, the waves seem to dance in harmony, and the wind carries their melodies across the sea. The plants beneath the water sway gently, as if moved by an unseen hand, and the creatures of the deep pause to listen. Their relationship with nature is one of balance and respect. The mermaids are caretakers, ensuring the health of the waters and the creatures within. They remind us that the ocean is not merely a resource to be used, but a living world to be cherished and protected. The shimmering light on the water's surface, the glint of fish scales, the rustle of seaweed, all are part of the mermaid's realm. Their magic is subtle, found in the quiet moments when the world seems still, and the boundary between reality and dreams blurs. Many tales speak of mermaids who could call upon the elements, the wind to guide lost ships, the waves to shield the innocent, the rain to nourish the earth. Their magic was intertwined with the natural rhythms, a reminder of the delicate threads that connect all life. Even their dances are said to mirror the flowing currents, their movements echoing the graceful sway of underwater plants. Through song and motion, mermaids weave spells of protection, hope, and sometimes gentle warning. This intimate bond with nature gives the mermaids a timeless quality, eternal beings who embody the ocean's beauty and mystery, whose songs linger in the hearts of those who listen long after the tides have faded. Beyond their beauty and connection to nature, mermaids have long been believed to possess mysterious powers, gifts that blur the line between the natural and the supernatural. Their magic is subtle yet profound, woven into the very fabric of their existence beneath the waves. These powers often speak of healing, both of body and spirit. Tales tell of mermaids who could soothe wounds with a touch as gentle as a summer breeze, or calm restless hearts with a song carried on the ocean's whisper. Their presence was a balm to those who suffered, a quiet light in the darkest hours. Yet, alongside this mercy, there was an undeniable sense of sadness that clung to the mermaids' stories. As beings caught between two worlds, the vast ocean and the distant land, they carried a loneliness that echoed in their soft songs. They were creatures of longing, forever reaching for a place where they truly belonged. Many legends speak of mermaids who fell in love with humans, drawn to the warmth of the land, but unable to leave the sea's embrace. This bittersweet love carried both hope and heartbreak, a reminder of the price of crossing between worlds. Some chose to sacrifice their immortality for a chance at life on land, while others remained forever in the depths, their hearts heavy with loss. Their powers also held a warning. Mermaids could be protectors, guiding sailors safely through treacherous waters, but they could also be harbingers of storms, punishing those who disrespected the sea. This duality, the balance of kindness and power, made them figures to be revered and approached with care. In quiet moments, when the moonlight dances on the waves and the world feels still, one can almost hear the mermaid's lament, a soft, haunting melody that speaks of love, loss, and the eternal dance between hope and sorrow. These stories remind us of the complexity of nature itself, where beauty and danger coexist, where mercy is tempered by the weight of loneliness. The mermaids, with their mysterious powers and tender hearts, embody this delicate balance. As you listen to these tales tonight, may you feel the gentle power of their presence, the healing touch, the sorrowful song, and the quiet strength that flows through the tides. Let their story be a soft embrace, guiding you toward peaceful dreams beneath the endless sky. From the earliest days of storytelling to modern times, mermaids have inspired artists, writers, and dreamers alike. Their enchanting forms have been captured in paintings that shimmer with ocean hues, sculptures that seem to breathe with the tides, and countless stories that weave their mysterious allure into the fabric of culture. In medieval manuscripts, mermaids were often depicted as symbols of temptation and mystery, beautiful yet dangerous beings, reminding viewers of the complex relationship between humanity and nature. As centuries passed, these images softened, embracing the gentler aspects of the mermaid's legend, her grace, her sadness, and her eternal connection to the sea. Writers from Hans Christian Andersen to contemporary novelists have reimagined the mermaid's tale in myriad ways. Andersen's The Little Mermaid, with its themes of love, sacrifice, and longing, brought the mermaid's story into the hearts of millions, highlighting the deep emotional currents that flow beneath the surface of her myth. Artists use light and shadow to capture the shimmering scales, the flowing hair, and the mysterious eyes that seem to hold the depths of the ocean itself. These creative works invite viewers not only to see but to feel the mermaid's world, the soft pull of the tides, the scent of salt air, and the gentle loneliness of a creature caught between two realms. Through literature and art, the mermaid remains a timeless symbol, a bridge between the known and the unknown, a whisper of mystery in a world that often forgets to dream. Her story continues to evolve, inviting each new generation to explore the magic and melancholy hidden beneath the waves. Even in our modern world of bright city lights and endless technology, the mystery of mermaids continues to ripple quietly beneath the surface of our consciousness. Across the globe, stories persist, tales whispered among fishermen, sailors, and coastal villagers, of strange, fleeting encounters with beings that defy explanation. These modern sightings often occur in the quiet hours of dawn or dusk, when the sea is calm and the world holds its breath between night and day. Witnesses speak of glimpses, a flash of iridescent scales, the soft silhouette of a figure gliding beneath the waves, or a haunting melody carried across the water on the wind. Some accounts tell of mermaids helping those in danger, guiding lost boats back to shore or calming the waters during storms. Others speak of mysterious figures watching silently from the depths, their eyes glowing faintly in the fading light. These stories are shared with a mix of wonder and hesitation. Many witnesses hesitate to speak openly, unsure if they will be believed or ridiculed. Yet the sincerity in their voices reveals a deep connection to something beyond ordinary experience, a reminder that the world still holds its secrets. Scientists and skeptics often attribute these sightings to natural phenomena, dolphins, manatees, or optical illusions caused by waves and light. But the stories persist, carried by those who have felt the presence of something magical lurking beneath the surface. In some coastal communities, these tales are woven into the fabric of daily life, part of a living tradition that honors the water and its mysteries. Festivals celebrate the mermaid's legacy, and songs recount the encounters that have shaped the collective memory. These modern glimpses connect us to the ancient past, bridging the distance between legend and reality. They invite us to listen more closely, to the sea, to the wind, and to the quiet voice of wonder that still whispers in the heart of the world. As you listen now, imagine standing at the water's edge as dawn breaks, the horizon glowing softly. Perhaps, if you are still and open, you might catch a glimpse yourself, a fleeting shadow beneath the waves, a whisper of a song carried on the breeze. While the stories of mermaids stir our imagination and soothe our dreams, science offers intriguing explanations for how these legends may have come to be. Long before tales were penned, people tried to understand the strange sights and sounds of the sea, often interpreting the unknown through the lens of their own experience and culture. One explanation points to the gentle manatee, sometimes called the sea cow, whose slow movements and rounded shapes could be mistaken by tired sailors for mermaid-like figures. Floating gracefully near the surface, their eyes and the shape of their heads might have sparked wonder and curiosity. Dolphins, too, with their playful leaps and sleek bodies, have been linked to mermaid sightings. Their social nature and the way they swim close to boats may have led to stories of mysterious sea beings watching over humans. Optical illusions created by the dance of light on the waves, fog, and the shifting colors of the ocean can create shapes that appear to be figures just beneath the surface. The mind, eager to find meaning, may fill in these fleeting images with stories of creatures both beautiful and mysterious. Some natural phenomena, like the bioluminescence of certain sea creatures, could have inspired tales of glowing mermaids. Imagine waves glowing softly under the moonlight, sparkling with life unseen, a perfect backdrop for stories of magical beings. Historical accounts also tell of times when tragic shipwrecks and lost sailors fed the imagination. Stories of lonely spirits wandering the seas may have been a way to explain the mysteries of loss and longing, transformed into the gentle figure of the mermaid. Science invites us to look deeper but does not diminish the magic of these stories. Instead, it reveals the layers of wonder behind what we see, blending fact and myth in a way that enriches both. The water continues to hold its secrets, and whether a mermaid is a spirit, a creature, or a beautiful trick of light, the stories remind us to respect and cherish the mysteries that surround us. As you drift now in the quiet of night, let your mind wander with the waves, blending science and story, reality and dream. In that space between, perhaps the true magic of the mermaid lives, eternal, elusive, and endlessly enchanting. For countless generations, mermaids have drifted gently through the currents of human imagination, their images flowing deeply into the wellspring of folklore and spiritual belief. They are not merely figures of beauty or fantasy, they embody profound symbols, symbols that ripple with the mysteries of life, death, and the eternal dance between the two. Across diverse cultures, the figure of the mermaid takes on a richness that transcends mere storytelling. She is often seen as a guardian of the waters, a sacred embodiment of fertility and renewal. The rivers, lakes, and seas that she inhabits are themselves the lifeblood of the land, nourishing the earth and sustaining countless forms of life. In this way, the mermaid becomes a living symbol of the cycles of nature, the constant ebb and flow of birth, growth, decay, and rebirth. In many ancient beliefs, water is more than a physical element, it is a sacred boundary between worlds. The mermaid, dwelling in these liminal spaces, becomes a bridge, an enigmatic being caught between the human world and the spirit realm. In some traditions, she is thought to be the spirit of a departed soul, especially those lost before their time, bound forever to the water's embrace, wandering the depths in search of peace or redemption. This symbolism adds layers of bittersweet melancholy to the mermaid's image. She is not only a creature of beauty but also a reminder of life's fragility, the thin veil separating existence from the unknown. Her song can be both a lullaby and a lament, a gentle call that stirs the soul to reflection. Religious and mythological narratives often paint mermaids as temptresses, weaving themes of desire, temptation, and the consequences of straying from the path. This image reflects human struggles with the unknown forces that surround us, embodying fears and fascinations alike. Yet, beyond temptation, the mermaid often holds a paradoxical role as a protector and healer, bestowing blessings on those who respect the waters and punishing those who bring harm. Through rituals and stories passed down through generations, mermaids remind communities of the sacredness of water and the importance of living in harmony with nature's rhythms. Offerings left by riverbanks and ocean shores speak to an ancient pact, a mutual respect between humanity and the mysterious forces that govern the natural world. The rich tapestry of symbolism woven around the mermaid continues to inspire art, literature, and spiritual reflection. Her image beckons us to explore the depths within ourselves, to recognize the mysteries we carry, the boundaries we cross, and the eternal flow of life that connects us all. As you listen, let your mind drift gently on these currents of meaning. Imagine the soft shimmer of moonlight on water, the quiet rustle of reeds in a gentle breeze, and the mermaid's presence as a quiet guardian of the unseen, inviting you into a world where every ripple holds a secret, and every wave sings a story. Since ancient times, the figure of the mermaid has been woven into the fabric of human culture not just through stories, but through rituals and traditions that celebrate her mysterious presence. Across diverse lands and peoples, ceremonies honoring water spirits, often seen as mermaids, express a deep connection to the life-giving and sometimes fearsome power of the waters. In Slavic cultures, for example, the celebration of the Rusalka week was a time when people believed the spirits of water maidens roamed freely. Villagers would leave offerings, flowers, bread, and simple trinkets at the river's edge to appease these spirits, seeking their favor and protection. It was a delicate balance of reverence and caution, for the Rizalki were thought to be both beautiful and potentially dangerous. These rites connected the community to the cycles of nature, reminding them that water could nourish but also claim lives. Farther afield, in the tropical regions of the Caribbean, traditions surrounding mermaid spirits, like the Loa Mami Wata, blend indigenous beliefs with African and European influences. Ceremonies for Mami Wata include singing, dancing, and offerings of food and jewels, celebrating her power as a protector of fishermen and a bringer of wealth and fertility. Her image is often both alluring and commanding, embodying the dual nature of water's gifts and perils. In Japan, the ninjyo, a fish-like creature akin to the mermaid, appears in folklore as a mysterious being whose capture could bring both fortune and misfortune. Legends speak of ninjyo's flesh granting longevity, but also of storms unleashed as warnings against human greed. Such stories remind us that water spirits are deeply tied to respect for nature and its boundaries. Across these varied traditions, common themes emerge. Mermaids as intermediaries between worlds, as symbols of nature's power and unpredictability, and as beings deserving of both honor and wariness. Through dances, songs, and offerings, communities maintain an ancient dialogue with the water, a language of reverence passed down through generations. These rituals, though diverse in form, share a gentle invitation to listen, to honor, and to remember the unseen forces that shape our world. They teach that beneath the calm surface of lakes, rivers, and seas lies a realm alive with spirits who watch over life's flow. As you imagine these traditions tonight, picture gatherings by moonlit shores, the scent of flowers and incense mingling with the salt air, voices raised in song and prayer. Feel the timeless rhythm of water and spirit, a dance of connection that binds past and present, seen and unseen. The timeless figure of the mermaid continues to enchant the world, flowing effortlessly from ancient folklore into the vibrant realm of modern culture. Across cinema screens, pages of novels, and the currents of popular media, mermaids have taken on new shapes and stories, each reflecting the hopes, fears, and dreams of contemporary audiences while echoing the mysteries of old. In film, mermaids are often portrayed with a blend of beauty, magic, and complexity. The classic tales, such as the beloved story penned by Hans Christian Andersen, have been reimagined countless times, each adaptation adding layers of emotion and meaning. From whimsical animations to dramatic live-action films, The Mermaid's journey of love, sacrifice, and transformation captivates viewers, inviting them to dive into worlds where reality blends with fantasy. Modern storytellers explore themes that resonate deeply today: identity, belonging, and the tension between freedom and responsibility. Mermaids are portrayed as powerful beings who must navigate the challenges of living between two worlds, the ocean and the land, reflecting universal struggles of finding one's place and purpose. Literature also continues to weave the mermaid's tale with fresh threads. Contemporary novels delve into the rich mythology, sometimes blending it with other genres such as fantasy, romance, or mystery. These stories often explore the mermaid's inner world, the loneliness, the longing, and the secret strength beneath her ethereal beauty. In popular culture, mermaids have become symbols of empowerment and resilience. Their image adorns everything from fashion to music, embodying a spirit of mystery and freedom that appeals to a wide audience. Festivals, art exhibitions, and social media communities celebrate mermaid culture, keeping the legend alive and evolving. Yet, despite the many transformations, the core of the mermaid myth endures, the delicate balance between the allure of the unknown and the tenderness of connection. Whether shimmering on a movie poster or whispered in a bedtime story, the mermaid invites us to dream, to wonder, and to remember that magic still lives just beneath the surface. As you listen to these reflections tonight, imagine the flicker of cinema lights, the turning of book pages, and the joyful gatherings of those who find in mermaids a symbol of beauty, mystery, and the eternal call of the sea. Mermaids have always lived on the edge of our understanding, a shimmering glimpse in the corner of the eye, a soft melody carried on the evening breeze. Their mystery is woven from what remains unseen, whispered through the veil of the unknown. Despite centuries of stories and sightings, the true nature of mermaids eludes us. They are never fully captured, never wholly explained. This very mystery is their essence, the invitation to dream, to wonder, to imagine worlds just beyond our reach. They live in the space between reality and fantasy, reminding us that some things are meant to be felt, not dissected, to be embraced with the heart, not questioned by the mind. Mermaids, those ethereal beings born from the shimmering depths of the world's waters, have always danced just beyond the veil of human perception. They inhabit a realm where reality gently blurs into the fabric of dreams, where the line between what is seen and what is imagined fades like the last golden light of a setting sun on the horizon. Their presence is never overt, never captured fully. Instead, they reveal themselves in fleeting moments, a glimmer beneath the waves, a haunting song carried on the evening breeze, the gentle ripple of water stirred without cause. It is this very elusiveness that has woven their mystery so tightly into the human soul. Across time and place, the stories of mermaids have thrived not because they provide clear answers, but because they leave space for wonder, for longing, for imagination to take flight. They are the embodiment of the unknown, a mirror reflecting our deepest dreams and fears. Imagine standing on a quiet shore under a moonlit sky. The water before you glows softly, and a gentle melody drifts on the night air, soft, tender, yet haunting in its beauty. You strain your eyes, hoping to glimpse the source, but find only the shimmering surface, calm and endless. This moment, suspended between hope and mystery, is where mermaids live. Their elusive nature teaches us to embrace uncertainty, to find comfort in the spaces where certainty fades. They invite us to slow down, to listen deeply to the whispers of the world around us, to the rustle of reeds, the murmur of waves, the sigh of the wind. In this mystery lies a gentle magic, an opening for dreams to unfold, for stories to grow in the quiet chambers of the heart. Mermaids are not just creatures of myth, they are symbols of the endless possibilities that dwell in the spaces between. They remind us that not all answers are meant to be found. Some mysteries enrich life by inviting us to explore the depths of imagination and feeling. Their stories ripple through time like waves, never fully settling, always inviting another look, another listen, another dream. As you rest tonight, let your mind drift on the tide of these mysteries. Feel the gentle pull of the sea's secret currents, the soft caress of the moon's light upon the water. Allow yourself to dwell in the wonder of what remains just beyond reach, where mermaids glide softly through the shadows of our dreams. As the night deepens and the world grows quiet, the stories of mermaids gently fold into the calm embrace of darkness. They leave us not with answers, but with an invitation, a call to dream, to rest, and to wander freely in the realms of imagination. The mermaid's tale is a soft lullaby, a whispered promise carried by the breeze, that beneath the surface of our waking lives lies a world of wonder waiting to be discovered. Their song is not loud or demanding. It is tender, like the gentle rocking of a boat on still waters, guiding us towards peaceful shores. In this serene moment, as your eyes grow heavy and your breath slows, imagine the waters beneath the moon's silver gaze. Picture the mermaids gliding gracefully, their shimmering tails casting flickers of light like scattered stars across the deep. Feel the softness of their presence, a gentle touch upon your soul, a soothing balm for the day's weariness. Their stories remind us of the beauty in stillness, the power in quiet reflection. They teach us to let go of the day's worries, to surrender to the rhythm of the night, and to trust in the mysteries that cradle us. This is a time to rest, to dream, to embrace the gentle currents of sleep. The mermaid's world is one of calm waters and moonlit dances, of soft songs that lull the heart and mind into peace. As you drift towards sleep, carry with you the tender magic of the sea, the endless horizon, the whispering waves, and the timeless grace of the mermaids. Let their presence be a quiet companion in the night, a source of comfort and wonder. May your dreams be filled with shimmering waters, soft melodies, and the gentle embrace of mystery. And when morning comes, may you awaken refreshed, carrying a touch of the mermaid's enchantment with you into the new day. Good night, dear listener. Rest well beneath the vast, starlit sky, where the mermaids sing their eternal lullaby.